Hi guys, Lemmy here. Welcome back to another art video. Today we are doing the YouTube Artist Collective theme number 3, I believe it is, and that is Beautiful Nightmare. So if you haven't heard of the YouTube Artist Collective, essentially what it is a group of YouTubers who also happen to be artists, and we're all together on one Facebook page, and we take suggestions from you guys as to what you want us to draw. And the way we do this is that we come up with a bunch of themes that might be interesting, and you guys, our fans and subscribers, everyone votes on which theme they would like to win. So after a theme is picked, then all of the members of the collective each make their individual pictures, and we all sell our originals on our separate stores. So it's a really cool way to collab with a bunch of people at the same time, and it's fun because it can involve you guys, what you want to see us do, and it's fun and it's different, and it's really nice to see a different take on the same theme from all the different individual artists. So that being said, the members that we have are Bailey J. I'm sure you know which Bailey I'm talking about. Bailey J, Sakuums, myself, Zaira Bainez, art by Karen E. Haley, Sluggy, and Jellybee. So those were the members from the last collective pictures that we made. And then now we have 4 new members that are also joining us for this theme. And these members are Art a la carte, Joy San, Hello Alice, and That Artsy Girl. And I wanted to just say, welcome to the group. Yay, new people. So really excited to have you guys here. And yeah, so now we have like a whole bunch of different people all working on the same theme. So today should be a very fun upload day. I can't wait to go around and see what everyone else has made. But we're going to kind of skip a little bit forward, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the 2 pieces that I made for this theme. So, Beautiful Nightmare. I was intimidated by this theme because I normally just draw happy things, and I figured there would have to kind of be some sort of darkness to this picture that I would be making for the theme. And the very first thing I did, because I'm kind of stressed out at the moment, I have a lot going on and a lot of different pictures to make, and this was kind of just something that was added onto my plate. But I definitely do want to participate. That's why I'm part of the group. And it's just that I don't have time, and I really wanted to make something. So the very first thing I did was a warm-up picture, and that was kind of as like a way for me to kind of relax a little bit before actually spending the time needed to make like a picture for the collective. So the first picture you see here is a girl, and this piece, I didn't really think about anything I did. I just kind of went into it. I grabbed a black piece of paper because nightmare, I need the color black, so I just kind of threw it together, and it was just kind of a de-stressing sort of therapeutic thing that I made. And it's not normally the type of thing that I make, but it definitely was kind of like a nightmare, right? So I was like, okay, so I made a monster-y thing, and it's sort of scary, and that's my warm-up. So it really helped me relax from all like the stressful stuff I'm doing right now. And I was like, okay, now I'm just gonna go into this next picture, and I learned that I really like white eyes because I think it adds like a creepy factor. And while the first one was just kind of like a nightmare with no beautiful involved, the second piece was more like a beautiful nightmare because there's like a little story and thought behind what I made. It wasn't like, I'm going to jump in here and I'm just going to de-stress. It was like, okay, I'm going to have a little kind of story to my picture. So the real picture for the collective is a woman, and I wanted to kind of have like this sort of dark Victorian sort of mix of stuff and gothic-y kind of, but like nothing really too like nightmare-y or stressed out. She just kind of has like an interesting style to her outfit. Basically, she is a widow and she lost her husband, and she's holding a mirror. And mirrors are reflections into ourselves with seeing ourselves. And I wanted to have like a more realistic take on a beautiful nightmare, where I know that people are going to draw like scary monsters and dark things and like beautiful women and like, you know, just being attacked by stuff kind of, or like touched or like confronting something. And I was kind of like, I don't want to do that. I want to do something kind of more realistic that would be like kind of like a realistic beautiful nightmare, but also add like a touch of like mystery to it or magic or whatever. So I had this widow, and this, like, anyone can be a widow. You know, it's pretty mainstream, unfortunately. Women seem to outlast men, so there's that. And, wow, this has just gotten really real, and I'm, like, depressing myself. So there's this widow, and she's in the black outfit and has her hands covered. She has the veil and everything, and she is holding this mirror, and the mirror is shattered. So, like, what's inside the mirror is kind of like her dreams, so her aspirations for the future. And the mirror is a reflection of her, because if you look really carefully, you'll see that she is in the mirror, even though it's not pointed at her. That's kind of like part of like the little magical aspect. It's kind of like it shows you what her dream was that turned into a nightmare. And she's in her wedding dress. She was marrying this person she really loved, and he passed away. Inside the mirror, between the actual mirror part and the backing, is her heart. So it's kind of like exposed by the shattered mirror, and that's kind of like the feeling of like rawness. And then I gave her like this very empty facial expression, not much going on there, because it just kind of feels like everything was ripped from her. So I'm guessing that's how you would feel in this sort of case. You're either sobbing like uncontrollably, or you're just like really blank. So I gave her the blank look, and I made all the colors extremely muted and desaturated. And I also gave her the white eye I was talking about that was creepy. So that's kind of like, it adds to the blankness of her stare. They say like windows are the eyes to the soul, right? Well, it's like kind of like a blank stare, and I put a little bit of, I don't want to say mist, it's kind of like, I guess, more of a smoke or like some mysterious effect coming from her eye and also the mirror. So it's kind of showing you like this is not like a real mirror, it's just like a reflection of what she's going through on the inside. And like with the windows in the eyes and the stupid mirror that's reflecting her insides and whatever, you kind of get the idea that it's just like showing you she doesn't feel good about what happened. So that was kind of more my take on something that is supposed to be like a dream and what you want for the future and everything. You know, it's beautiful and you're excited and there's hope, and then like the nightmare comes when things don't happen the way that you foresaw or wanted it to happen. So that's my more realistic sort of take with lots of symbolism and weird. Yeah, I know. So yeah, that was kind of my thought. So this is actually a kind of smaller picture. I wanted to kind of look like a tarot card almost, but it kind of looks more like a card captor Sakura picture, because I cut down the piece of gray cardstock to like that shape. And yeah. So materials I used was the gray cardstock, like I mentioned. I don't recall the name of it. Actually, I think it's called Recollections or something, which is ironic. I used a Pentel pocket brush pen, and I used that with the Pigma Sensei liners from Sakura. For the line art, I also used a white Sakura jelly roll and a Pentel Uniball Thicno. I think that's made by Pentel. I could be lying. It's a new pen I wanted to try, and it's like really like powerful white, so that's what I used for the eyes. I used Copic Markers for the base coloring. I used Prismacolor colored pencils in white and black to add texture. I used the Pastels for the mystical effects, and I used the Sakura Pen-Touch paint marker sort of pens for the silver embellishments on the corners of the picture. So yeah, that's kind of where I was going with this picture. I believe that's all of the supplies I used. I don't think that I forgot any, but you can never be too sure when you make a mixed media piece because you end up using a lot of stuff you didn't think you were gonna use. So yeah, with that being said, both pieces are going to be for sale in my store. The Widow is going to be more expensive of the two pieces that are offered because that was the one with like a whole story put behind it and like it was well thought out, and that's kind of like my collective piece. But the therapy piece is also for sale. It is not something I would normally draw, but it is made by me, and if you do like it, it is for sale, and it is cheaper than the other collective pieces that I have to offer. So I would like to mention that from the previous two themes, both of those originals are still available. I purposely priced them higher just because I really like them, and my goal is to make things I really like, and then like so I can end up keeping them if like no one purchases them, and I'll be like, I like these. So they tend to be a bit more expensive because if you're going to pry them from my cold, dead hands, like at least a little bit more money would make me feel better about it. But yeah, the therapy piece is cheaper because I know some people can't afford the originals that I make, and I have been asked about it. So I figured like I could do a warm-up thing and also have another thing available that maybe someone would really like and they can actually afford to buy it. So both pieces are for sale, and I'm probably just gonna get going right now so I can go view everyone else's pieces. So I'm going to link the Facebook in the description below, as well as my store, so that if you guys would like to check up on themes, suggest, or by voting, suggest what we should do next, essentially. By voting in the themes, you can do that. And you can also see what everyone else has made for this month's collective piece, and all the future collective pieces, and all the past collective pieces. So check out both links, and I'll talk to you guys really soon for another art video. I hope that you guys like this, and yes, I am still trying to figure out this darn camera, and I did get a light, and now I'm just like, I noticed that the backlight on the actual camera screen was like really bright, and that was misleading me to think that what it was recording actually on the table was going to look like what the camera was showing me, which was a lie. So, you know, the more you learn and better things will be. So I'll talk to you guys really soon. Hopefully the next video will be better. This camera is really confusing me, and yeah, bye guys.